Good afternoon, everyone. This is my studio tour today. Woohoo! For just a few minutes. My name is Rachel Ann Cross, but if you're on this site, you probably already know. And I'm one of the artists in residence for the city of Greenbelt, Maryland. We had our official studio tour. Actually, it's going on now on Instagram, but I know that not everybody's on Instagram, so I thought I would do one on Facebook as well. So thank you again to the City of Greenbelt and Greenbelt Recreation Arts for kicking off this event. So as you can see, I am in my studio, so I'll talk a little bit about the artwork and my process and all of that stuff. Okay, so I like to repurpose materials, and I like to use traditional techniques in maybe a different way than they're normally used. So if we think back through history, and even currently, the use of gold leaf or gold signifies something sacred or something really important, or even extraterrestrial beings, sometimes like angels and others. So I like to use gold leaf, and I've done a series of use it in different ways. So one of the ways I'm using it currently is I've created these little paintings. So I sand and prime on wood, and I do a dark, deep color and add gold leaf on top. And the next thing that I use is that I use beads to go around the outside. And again, thinking about the history of beads, a little magical thing. It's been used as currency. Beads have been used to adorn ceremonial clothing, to show wealth and importance in various cultures, to trade throughout the history of humankind. So the beads are a very amazing thing in my in my opinion. So two things that I really revere, the symbols and the history of gold leaf and beads. So I start like this. So this whole part of the process is very meditative, and then I think about, okay, who do I want the star of the painting to be? And like a lot of people these days, I've been outside more as we are conducting our lives more from home. And fortunately, in the D.C., Maryland, Virginia area, fantastic wildlife and great places to be outside, including my backyard. And so I see a lot of animals. And one of the birds that comes to my backyard a lot is a black-capped chickadee. So this little piece will be honoring the black-capped chickadee. So after I've done the beaded part, the gold leaf part, the paintings, then I add my drawing, and I start with a grayscale painting, which is just of that animal. So I've put in the lightest part. I haven't put in the shades or the tones yet, but I'll start with that before I add the color. So the black-capped chickadee is part of the Maryland Wildlife Series. I'm going to show you a few other sacred animals from this area. This is the eastern box turtle, slow and steady. Slow and steady. So he's a good reminder. Also, one of my favorite birds in this area is the red-winged blackbird. So I really love the red-winged blackbird. You get that little flash of color when they fly. So this painting honors the red-winged blackbird. And all of these are ready to hang up on the wall. So they are good to go. And one that is brand new and I just completed is, this piece is really about transformation. Oh, hey Kim, hey Josh. Mwah. This butterfly is called the common Buckeye butterfly. And a lot of folks think this is a moth, but it's actually a butterfly. And I think it's gorgeous. I don't think there's anything common about it. I just love them. And right now all the insects and flying things are trying to get their last hurrah before the winter comes. So you'll see a lot of these flying around. So this is the common Buckeye butterfly, and again, ready to hang on the wall. All right, well, using that same process with the gold leaf and the beaded radiance, that's what I call it, I've been working on a series of pieces about the human heart, because we need love. We do. At challenging times. So it's just a reminder about that. And this one is called Precious Valentine. And again, kind of started in the same way with the gold leaf, the beads, and then the star of the show right there in the middle. And I've got a few more that are a little more anatomically correct. And this one is Turquoise Radiant Heart. And all of the work I'm showing you today, or most of it anyway, is up on my Etsy site, which is, if you go to the Etsy store, it's Planet Rachel, that's one word. And someone said that my sign reads backwards, so I don't know if it is. But anyway, that's where my store is, Planet Rachel. I'll put it in the links to this video later on. Okay, I'm going to move on to my next series here. So we are living in a really, really bizarre time, right, where touch can make you sick. But as human beings, it's one of the ways we communicate. We're tactile beings. So I've been thinking about all the healers and how healers and helpers are having to reinvent the way that they help each other and help us. So I created a series of hands out of wood, again with the gold leaf and the bead radiance. And this is a series of healing hands, helping hands. And this one is Hand of Wisdom, which is something that we're all striving for, to make good decisions. So this is Hand of Wisdom. I've also made some greeting cards with the images from these hands, and those are also up on my Etsy site, Planet Rachel. One thing that I really love to study and think about, one of the things, are female power people or deities or goddesses or mermaids, and every culture around the world has these strong female role models or archetypes. So I'm going to show you a couple of those that I've created, kind of out of composite of ideas from different cultures and what's going on in the world and all of that. So this is one. I love her. This is Goddess of Growth and Transformation. Amen, sister. So many of you have heard that that phrase, they tried to bury us. They did not know we were seeds. Yes. So this is growth and transformation. And she is percolating, and she is growing, and she is transforming and changing. So I just adore her. And she is featured with a lot of found objects. I buy big bags of jewelry at the thrift store and chop everything up and put them together in a strange new way to form my goddesses and really most of my artwork. I love to repurpose and recycle materials. I also noticed that she's got these metal pieces on the back. These are from children's glockenspiels or xylophones. You know, those little ding, ding, ding that everybody gets. And they are beautiful metallic pieces. Oh, I've got a cousin checking in from Israel. Shalom, cousin Avner. And my friend Keegan is here. That is so awesome. So this is the goddess of growth and transformation. I want to kind of show you how they start out as well. Here we go. Okay, so start out on scraps of wood. I cut them out with a big saw on my front porch. And then so the shape, I have pre-figured out what the shape is going to be. And then I add the glockenspiel pieces, the musical pieces, and the rest of it, I just do a section at a time. And it's really, you know, as an artist, you're creating a puzzle and solving a puzzle. So usually when I get to about the middle of the goddess or the mermaid or whoever it is that I am creating, they'll let me know who they are. And that's kind of a fun thing too. And it really relies on trusting your instinct and your artistry and all of those things. So again, many of us have been outside a lot. And when it's not the pandemic, I really love to hike. And I've done some massive hikes, over 500 miles in Spain, 400 miles in Japan. So my hikes have been local lately, but I have created a series of some of the fabulous creatures that I've met on my hikes. And this is one of my favorites. This is a little gold leaf painting on wood. And this guy is the Camino Caracol. So hiking the Camino in Spain a few years ago, there were lots of snails. And that's also a nickname for people who don't hike very fast and just kind of take their time. So yes, I revere the snail for that reason. It's like, take your time if you can. Look around and enjoy. This is the Camino Caracol on gold leaf as part of the Sacred Treks series, and I'll show you one more from that series. This is boots, hiking boots. Things like your hiking boots become very, very important when you're hiking 500 miles or 400 miles or even a nice day hike. So they have gold leaf too. They are sacred objects to me. I'm going to show you something that is not up at my Etsy store yet, but something I've been working on. And we're going to actually go down here for a minute. You can kind of see what's behind me on the walls. What's cool about doing the live studio thing is like, whoops, knocking something over. I really don't have to clean up my studio as much as when people came in here. So there are there are advantages to this Zoom thing. Okay, I'm gonna flip this camera around, I think. Did I? Yes, I did. Okay, so in my hand I am holding a little gourd called the Tennessee Spinner Gourd, and it's an actual real gourd that grows out of the ground. It's a really cool little thing. And what I like to do again is repurpose materials, especially natural materials. Really love that. So I order these from a woman down in Tennessee. She grows these on her farm. She sends them to me, and they become different things. But this year's, they are going to be these, they have transformed into these little ornaments. Oh, thank you, Carol. Oh, she says she loved my art. Oh, she's an amazing artist, too. So these are based on hummingbirds who started to visit my backyard this year for the first time. We had Hummingbird Feeders, and they start out as the Tennessee Spinner Gourd, and I've used vintage beaded flowers for wings and tails. I've curled coated wire. They're painted with enamel, and they've got monofilament. So anyway, each one is different. And these will be up soon. As soon as I take photos and get them up at my store, they will be available for the holidays or any days. They are all good. And there's a bunch more of those little critters just hanging out there on the floor. But yep, those are the little Tennessee Spinner Gourd creatures. All right, I'm flipping you back around. Hello, we're back. So really strange times to be an artist, but I think I've been really lucky, and I've had wonderful opportunities to teach through Zoom. People are buying artwork. People are taking ukulele lessons and doing all kinds of things to keep me afloat, and I very much appreciate that, and all of you for supporting my artwork, even for watching this, and also for supporting the arts in general. You know, streaming concerts, buying artwork, Zoom classes. You know, I think the arts represent in so many ways the soul of who we are as people. They're a huge reflection of that. So if we cut out the arts, we are really cutting out a lot of who we are. So with that being said, thank you for joining me today on Facebook Live, and I'll be doing some more of these little studio tours. And a lot of my artwork can be found at my Etsy store. If you go to Etsy and type in Planet Rachel, one word, I think my sign, I don't know if it's going to be upside down for you, but I'm going to hold it up again. Oh, here we go. Okay, I don't know if this is backwards or, well, it's not upside down. It might be backwards, but this is my store, Planet Rachel. I would love to see you. I'd love to sell you something. Holidays are coming up, which is a great thing. And my little Eastern box turtle says, slow and steady. Be slow and steady. And I'm wishing you all growth and transformation. Thanks for joining me.